613 Slice, carbon fiber cold molded to aluminum, optimized for lightweight aerodynamic performance. Wind tunnel tested? Let's go there now.
Hi, I'm Faris and I'm doing wind tunnel testing with Cannondale now.
The bike that we're testing here today is the 613 Slice aeroframe. We're using the 613 technology from Bedford, Pennsylvania to blend carbon and aluminum into the ideal bike for aerodynamic purposes. With the tunnel today, we're primarily looking at the athlete's position on the bike. That's really the majority of the drag. It's important to us that we design the bike around the athlete's optimal position. We have the flexibility with our 613 process to make custom aeroframes. That's different than most other full carbon frames out there that are manufactured using set molds. We have the opportunity to make custom lengths of tubes, whether it's head tube lengths, top tube lengths, and really tweak them to match what we find here in the wind tunnel to be the rider's optimal position. We came up with a C-tube angle that we thought was effective for both our triathletes, like Faris as well as our HealthNet athletes, someone who may use the frame more as a time trial frame as opposed to a triathlon frame. So we picked a very neutral 75-degree C-tube angle and also tweaked the length of our top tubes to make sure that both an Ironman triathlete was comfortable as well as some of our elite road racers. One of the things that we tried to do with the 613 Slice frame was to optimize the tube shapes within the UCI limits. So the down tube, for instance, is 78 millimeters tall. The UCI limit is 80 millimeters. We also have a very narrow aspect ratio. It's 3:1, again, right within the UCI limits. Another optimized tube on the frame is the seat tube. You can see we have a very dynamic cutout for the seat tube. It helps shelter the rear wheel and make sure that airflow stays attached as much as possible around the edge of the tube as you transition onto the rear wheel. The seat stays as well have been teardropped. Again, helps in aerodynamics as well as having a separate left and right seat stay for comfort. Last feature I'd want to point out on the bike is probably the Slice Aero fork. Again, designed within the UCI limits, and the shape of the fork as well as the shape of the blades is really optimized to provide enough room around the top of the fork crown to provide for proper airflow in that area.
I got to ride today for the first time the new 613 Slice and by Cannondale, and it was beautiful. You know what? You couldn't get the smile off my face when I was out there riding today.
No, I'm really excited to have the opportunity to actually get on a 613 Slice. I recently won the National Championships of Australia for the time trial on its predecessor, the aluminium version, and it was an extremely light bike. This new version is going to be even lighter.
You know, it was probably the lightest bike I've ever ridden, and you know, for me, I want to be comfortable out there as well. So the combination between having the carbon, which is a comfortable ride, but having the stiffness of the aluminum, I mean, it just felt like it was just flying up the hills, and that's what I need. I need something that I can be as fast as I can possibly be, because those girls are tough out there on the race course, and I need a bike that is the best bike out there, and I think this is the one. It was just amazing.
Probably one of the nicest bikes I've been on. I mean, it's a really, really solid machine, and just a nice blend of being stiff and being super light at the same time.
You know, this bike is just extremely fast. It feels great, and I really look forward to getting out on the road and really giving it a really good go.
I think it's really great that Cannondale has really invested a lot in me, and that they're serious about their riders and, you know, putting technology behind the riders so that we can go faster.
There was no comparison. It was like the absolute best of both worlds. You know, the carbon up front gave the comfort that so many people that want carbon have come to expect. But at the same time, I personally have always loved aluminum, loved it, because as I said, I like the stiffness, I like the responsiveness. So it was almost like, you know, have your cake and eat it too.
I think if I have a chance of winning again in an Ironman or in Hawaii, this bike is going to do it for me.